Hi there, welcome to the Happy Chicken Coop YouTube channel. Thanks for joining us today. We're going to be talking about dried mealworms. Before I get into that, please be sure to like this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also, make sure you subscribe to the website, thehappychickencoop.com. If you subscribe using the link in the description, you'll receive a free ebook on the 10 best egg-laying chicken breeds. All right, without further ado, let's get into it. Mealworms. Shake that packet and chickens come running. Chickens love mealworms, no doubt about it, but should you be feeding them to your flock? Well, that really depends on your supplier. In this video, I'll discuss the benefits of feeding your chickens dried mealworms. I'll also explain how many you should feed them, how to spot inferior mealworms, and more. So I'm going to go through the 7 reasons you should feed your chickens dried mealworms. The first one, you can train your birds with dried mealworms. Similar to dogs, you can train your chickens to do amazing things, especially when they are rewarded with mealworms. People who have used bribery treats to teach hens to run obstacle courses, do a variety of tricks, and even modify some small antisocial behaviors. It's also a great way to get chickens into the coop if they are putting a fuss about that. They're intelligent and can be easily trained to do things as long as there's a reward. After all, no one works for free. The second reason is dried mealworms are good for feathers. The most useful time of the year to feed mealworms is around the time of molting season. As you know, the molt depletes a huge amount of protein from the bird, similar to the time when chickens are in full-fledged egg-laying mode. The stress of molting, the high amount of protein used in replacing the old feathers, and the strain of maintaining health is enormous. Although your birds will get through the molt without high protein snacks, they do need extra protein from somewhere, so why not give them a special treat? You can give other high protein snacks too, but use common sense. Use your high protein snacks interchangeably, like hard-boiled or mashed egg one day, mealworms the next, then pumpkin seeds on the third day. Make sure you give them variety. The next reason is mealworms is used as medicine. If you have a hen that's poorly recovering from an infection or predator attack, she'll need some extra protein to repair any damaged tissue. I recommend you give them about a teaspoon of mealworms daily. The only exception is if there is a question of impaired kidneys, in which case keep the protein at 16 to 18% layer feed. The next reason is it's just a simple treat. Truth is told, we all like to be spoiled sometimes. We're no different from our hens. They deserve treats for laying those beautiful eggs almost every day. There's nothing wrong with spoiling your girls as long as it's in moderation. Keep it healthy. A beakful once or twice a week is sufficient. Don't listen to what the hens tell you. Here's a quick feeding tip. For a summertime treat, make some mealworm ice cubes. Just put a few in the cube tray, sprinkle in some herbs and grains, 2 if you wish, and freeze them. Set them out in a pan in the shade, and the hens will be busy for a while pecking at those refreshing treats. They are delicious. No, I haven't tried them myself, but my head hen, Miss Krabby, says they are to die for. Now, the 5th reason is it increases chicken's protein. Now, you need to be careful with too much protein, as it can cause kidney problems for your ladies, as can too much calcium in the diet, so moderation is best. With mealworms, it's 50% protein when dried and 30% protein when they're alive, and so they are obviously packed with protein. The protein content of live worms, slightly less worrisome from the health point of view. However, dried ones aren't a problem if fed in moderation. The 6th reason is tossing mealworms around in the coop or in the run. Keep your chickens healthy and active. You can encourage them to work for their protein by tossing them into the bedding and watch them rearrange the coop. This will keep them busy for ages as they probe and peck every corner of the coop just in case they miss one. So how much should you feed them, or how much should you toss in there? Well, I have 20 hens in one coop, so I toss in a small handful, scattering them as widely as I can. Now let's talk about how to feed dried mealworms to your chickens. You have a few options here. I like to use it to help turn the coop bedding over. Just toss some into the bedding and your hens will go crazy rummaging through the bedding. It also helps make them last longer, as it takes them some time to find them buried within the bedding. If you don't want their bedding turned over, you can also just toss it onto the ground and watch them demolish them in record time. As far as treats go, in general, the treats should make up no more than 10% of your hen's daily food intake. So a beakful or 2 of dried mealworms in a day is more than enough. Now let's talk about some dried mealworm alternatives. When mealworms grow up, they become darkling beetles. You probably don't want them near your hen house, since they are possible carriers of the Marek's disease. Because of this, some enterprising folks have turned to raising crickets or dubia. And what is a dubia? A dubia is a cockroach. It's a tropical cockroach that is packed full of protein, not quite as dreadful as a regular cockroach. Apparently, these little fellows are very peaceful and live harmoniously with each other, unlike darkling beetles that would eat at each other. They're much quieter than a room full of crickets. If you're looking for more treat suggestions, we have an article video that we did as far as a list of chicken treats or a video as well. I'll link to both in the description. To summarize, we've given you a few excuses to spoil your hens rotten, but remember, like chocolate for humans, too many have a downside. That applies to not only mealworms, but any high protein snacks, be it seed, egg, or insect. If you have a few chickens and lots of time, training them to do tricks is an enjoyable pastime for you and the hens. You'll amaze your friends with the smart hens. Have you managed to train your hens with treats, let alone mealworms? Let us know in the comment section below. That's going to do it for us here at the Happy Chicken Coop. Thanks for listening. If you find our content interesting, if you learned something new, please be sure to like the video and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And with that, I hope you have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.